and welcome to episode 133 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning, sometimes. And today we're covering the 2017 release of Teen Titans, the animated, the Judas contract thing. Yeah, that. I should have said animated first, but
yeah, I was waiting. Yeah,
but that didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. This movie was directed by Sam Liu. It's screenplay by Ernie Altbacker. It was produced by James Tucker. It stars Stuart Allen, Tasia Farmiga, Brandon Suhu, Jake T. Austin, Christina Ricci, Sean Marr.
Oh,
what?
Christina Ricci. Wow, it's the first time doing this voice.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the first time we see this character.
Okay.
Sean Marr, Kari Washington. He's been in and out.
No, that's not her name.
Kari Washington. Oh no, you're right. I thought I was don't know what I was thinking of someone completely fucking different. Wow. Kari Walgren. Jeez. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, I guess you didn't mix up, but
yeah, no, but I thought it was someone completely different. I thought it was a guy. I thought it was the guy from The Walking Dead.
Who's that? Who did he play?
The guy with the tiger. He plays in all of these.
Oh,
movies. He's in all these movies. I forget his actual name, but that's who I thought it was, and for some reason, wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kari Walgren. Then it also stars Masasa.
That's a great name, Masasa. Yeah.
Masasa Moyo.
Masasa Moyo. That's a great name.
Jason Spizak?
Yes.
Crispin Freeman. Miguel Ferrer in his last role because he died of cancer.
Oh, awesome. Wait, who?
Miguel Ferrer.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I wonder why I haven't seen that man in a minute. That makes sense.
He died of cancer in 2017.
Because he was on CSI?
He was I know because he was on NCIS.
That's the one. Okay.
And they did a whole tribute to him back when I watched that show.
Oh, he was in Iron Man 3, too.
Yeah, he was the vice president.
That's what it says, wow.
Greg Henry, Meg Foster, Maria Canellis Barrera? Okay, that's not who I thought it was. Kevin Smith, Evans himself.
I found that super annoying.
Yeah, David Say he was big in that time. Like his
he's
podcast.
Still pretty big, right, in the comic book world.
Yeah, but he's still a director and stuff. But his podcast really took off around that time.
That's true.
So that's why he's in this.
Yeah. Was that before or after you had the heart attack?
I don't remember. I think he was still fat though.
Okay, probably
because he seemed to be heavier set in this. So they just drew him that way.
You had the heart attack a year later, it looks like. Okay. So, yes, then Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, David Zayas, and Kari Walgren again. This is a sequel to the last Justice League movie we did.
Was it the two before this, or just the one?
There was just one.
Okay.
That we kind of liked, and we liked it when they went to hell, but we didn't like it when they were doing teen romance stuff.
Yeah.
So this is the sequel to Justice League Teen Titans versus Teen Titans.
That's the one. Okay. Yeah.
This is also the 29th animated original movie of DC.
Jesus.
And the 9th of this universe. So.
Really? There's been 9 in this universe.
Yep.
So, we've seen these characters 9 times before? No, I guess just the one.
Well, they're counting, the Justice League stories. And,
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all in the same universe, essentially.
Gotcha.
Let's see. So, apparently, they wanted to do an adaptation of... I'm doing the behind the scenes, obviously.
Yeah.
They wanted to do an adaptation of this to be released after Superman Doomsday. You remember that garbage movie?
Oh, yeah, I do.
And Justice League New Frontier, if you remember that one.
I do.
It was later shelved based on the 84 story.
The story's that old?
Yeah, this story is from 1984.
Wow. No, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That kind of makes sense.
But Bruce Timm, the guy behind Batman animated series, confirmed that he wanted... That there was no plans to revive the project either, but in 2016 they decided to do it to make a sequel to Teen Titans, essentially, versus Justice League.
Monies.
You would think that, but I don't think Teen Titans were that popular.
The show was when did the show get revitalized?
That's a good point. Teen Titans. What's it called?
There's Teen Titans. I got Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go is what it's called.
I think it was around that time. At least Teen Titans Go to the Movies was eventually came out. So
Teen Titans Go debut. No, Teen Titans Go came out in 2013.
that was pretty a successful show for the kids. So I
Teen
figured 3 years.
Titans Go to the Movies. When was that released? No, we would have covered it.
Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Are you right?
Yeah, it comes out next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have no idea.
Maybe the last movie did okay.
Must have.
What was the last animated movie we covered?
TJ, hold on. Justice League Dark.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, we enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, so maybe that's why maybe that one got pretty successful. No, they would have been making this movie by that time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the story behind this is. Doesn't say, and I don't care that much to really do the research.
Neither do I.
Anyway, this movie has an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Don't know how.
If you care about that, the only other thing that I would say is this movie is based off of the comic book, The Judas Contract, the Teen Titans from 1984. It is, where is it? It is over the course of 5 comics. So they had to adapt 5 comics for this. There was Teen Titans 42, 43, 44, and then Teen Titans Annual number 3. So take that for what it's worth. Oh, and this movie is an hour 24.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Felt longer than that.
Well, a lot of things happen in the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie did $3,258,824 in domestic home video sales.
Not bad.
Which makes it thrown over to you.
Thrown over to me was we doing the box office, guys. I believe last time we did the box office, I don't remember, probably 100 to 90. So we're gonna do 89.
Nope, we did Logan last.
Well, before that, I'm thinking the Justice League Dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's look at the 100, and we had a few things like 47 meters down. I think we talked about How to Be a Latin Lover. Yeah, we talked about that before. So we're gonna do 89 through 90, or to 80. Sorry, 89 through 80. At 89 was $77 million. A movie called Fantastica, a bony Bear's Adventure, Boonie.
It's an animated movie about a bear.
It is an animated movie about a bears, I guess. Boony, something bears, and bald. Oh, Jesus.
Is
bald.
It with an I?
What?
Is it with an I?
Boonnie.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be
Boonnie, yeah. So however they pronounce their name, this looks foreign because it says whatever something bears and bald. Quang, it's Qiang. It's Chinese, I think. Chong.
I don't know.
Wang. Work together with secret primitive girl with secret. They work together with secret primitive girl to smash a conspiracy to destroy old growth forest. That's a sentence.
Sounds like it was translated poorly too.
Exactly. Oh man, at number 88. So $78.9 million. A movie called Lady Bird. Want to guess what that is about?
I'm thinking that's just vague enough that it could be about anything.
Yeah.
I want to say it's about an animated bird, but it's not. It's probably some drama about a woman or something.
Yeah. Looks like, yeah. Your second guess was right. It's a very vague description. I'm looking at. Yeah, it looks like a vague description no matter what. So it says, in 2002, an artistically inclined 17-year-old girl comes of age in Sacramento, California.
Yes, That's exactly what I thought it would be.
I thought you were gonna guess Lady Bird. Who was not Nixon's. Reagan's wife, right? That's her name.
Was it? I don't know.
I believe so. So I thought you were gonna go with that. Like, I'm gonna get him on this one.
I'm not that much of a history buff.
Yeah, but you were alive during then, right? No, I'm just kidding. Wait.
Well,
no.
Nixon or Reagan? If it was Reagan. Yes.
Yeah, Reagan was 80s.
I was alive for Reagan, not for Nixon.
Nixon was 60s?
Yeah.
70s.
Late 60s, early 70s.
Okay. Was he was Nam? It was him, right?
He was towards the end of Nam, I think. No, he was I think he was beginning of Nam, because I think Jimmy Carter took over Nam.
Not LB. Who's LBJ? When was he?
Oh, wait. Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah, when was Lyndon B. Johnson?
He was after... A little American history for you guys right now. Who was after Kennedy?
I believe it was Nixon that was after. No.
During when Kennedy got assassinated, who came up? Was it LBJ?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. It was Kennedy, and then Johnson was his vice president, so he took over.
And that was the Bay of Pigs, Cuba. That was not Nam, right?
No, that was Kennedy, the Bay of Pigs.
And so Nam was after all that.
Nam was after all that. So it was Kennedy, Johnson, then Nixon beat him, and then I think that's when all Nam started. But then when Nixon was forced out, Of course, now Gerald Ford took over, and then Jimmy Carter beat him, and then it was Reagan.
So when did Nam end? Like, under what president what did Nam end? I feel like I should know what Nam president was. I feel bad.
I think it was Jimmy Carter.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure it ended under Jimmy Carter because it was all the that was like the 70s was the age of the hippies.
Yeah.
Let's just type it in. Who was president during Vietnam? Oh, there you go. Apparently, wow.
Who was it?
President Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, and Nixon.
Wow. Wait, how long was the war?
Apparently a lot longer than we thought.
Holy shit.
Because I didn't think it was that long because the Korean War was before that.
That was a short war, if I recall.
How long was the Vietnam War? There you go. 20 years.
No way. No.
Yeah. Apparently Carter didn't. It was Nixon who ended.
Wow, no wonder the Vietnam War had such a bad taste in America's mouth. Same thing with Iraq, yeah, right? Because we were like, yeah. They're like, nah. That makes 20 years?
Yeah.
Wow. I think a lot of us just learned something new on this podcast. No way it was
I should have known that because I grew up with that war being the war that was like the historic war that was just before my birth. You know what I mean?
What 20? Vietnam was. I thought it was like 7 years or give or take, but 20?
I should have known that, but I did not know.
Yeah,
but
just,
like for you, it would have been the Gulf War, I think.
Well, I had an Iraq War, yeah, Gulf War. God damn. Anyways, that was Lady Burger. Number 88 with $78 million. Number 87 with $79 million. We have a movie called Paradox. Someone guess that one?
I mean, based on its description, well, honestly, it could go one of two ways. It could be surrealist, or time travel.
Let me read this. It doesn't look like either one of those, actually.
Well, then my other thought was comedy, so.
It's not even that either. So, on boxofficemojo.com, Paradox says, a tough Hong Kong cop's 16-year-old daughter disappears in Pattaya. He goes to Thailand to find her and must deal with corrupt cops, but an honest one helps him track down culprits involved in illegal organ trafficking.
What does that have to do with a paradox?
Maybe there's some crazy shit that happens along the lines, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't misleading, though.
Very misleading. I thought it was going to be some sci-fi bullshit, too. It just sounds like Taken a little bit.
It's every other action movie that's came out.
At number 86 of $82.8 million, we have a movie called Once Upon a Time.
Wait, that could be 1,000 movies. Literally could be anything.
It really could be.
But like my first instinct was the TV show Once Upon a Time.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna go animated feature for princesses.
Well, it's not animated. I don't think any of the remaining things are animated. Looks like no. It's a live action movie about an immortal woman reconnects with a love from her past life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what you thought it was.
It sounds pretty good, actually. No, that sounds interesting. Number 80,
it sounds like freaking Dracula, where he's going and kidnapping reincarnations of his.
Yeah, pretty much
of his wife.
But it looks like an honest, like not rom-com, but looks more happier than that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, 85 with $83 million. A movie called Rings.
Like if I wasn't in the know, I would think it's like a sequel to those horror movies, The Ring.
You're correct. That's what you gotta say. That's it.
Really?
Yep. A young woman finds herself on the receiving end of a terrifying curse that threatens to take her life in 7 days.
Really?
Yeah. I remember this was advertised thinking about it.
Is it like a B movie or like a
it must be. Because like obviously it's this low. Is it American?
Because there's no way that's a high budget movie.
No. I'm looking at the box office and it's like all foreign areas, so I don't think it came out in America. Maybe not. But yeah, Rings.
It was probably a Japanese thing.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I don't know what would be called that though, because they had a different name for theirs.
That's true.
So maybe it is an American one. Wow.
I don't know, but that's a bad name.
It is.
Like Rings, I was like, there's no way they called that a sequel to Rings. So I was like thinking about other kinds of movies it could be. Could
have been a rom-com, could have been an Olympic movie. But...
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's someone who collects rings or something.
Nope, just a sequel to that movie. At 84 of $85.2 million, a movie called Going in Style.
That sounds like a bad dance movie or something.
A bad dance movie. I mean, it's a bad movie.
Like one of those movies where they have to like save the freaking orphanage or something.
No. This was during the renaissance of old actors doing things that old people shouldn't be doing. So this stars Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, and Alan Arkin. This is desperate to pay the bills and come through for their loved ones. Three lifelong pals risk it all by embarking on a daring bid to knock off the very bank that abscond with their money. Abscond? Yeah, so three guys who used to steal again.
It's a thief movie.
Yeah, but of old people, so it's kind of wacky, guys.
So it's going out in style. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it needed a more Western-y name, though.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because Going Out in Style literally sounds like one of those bad dance movies that, like...
It does. Yeah, it's one of those titles I can go anyway with it.
Yeah, no, they needed a more Western-y movie to get over the seriousness of it. Even though I'm sure it's not serious at all, but
no, it looks more like a dramedy, probably. Of $86.2 million, number 83, we have a movie called A Taxi Driver.
I'm gonna take a guess here. Is it about a taxi driver?
Wow, how'd you know? A widowed father and taxi driver who drives a German reporter from Seoul to Gwangju to cover the 1980 uprising, soon finds himself regretting his decision after being caught in the violence around him. One was based on a true story.
I thought, isn't Seoul? It's not in North Korea. It's got to be South Korea, right?
It's one of the Koreas.
Well, North Korea is a dictatorship that's like so cut off from the world you can't even get in there. So I couldn't imagine it from Seoul. So it's got to be South Korea. So what? That kind of
widowed father and taxi driver who drives a German reporter from Seoul to blank. I can't say that word. GWAN.
Seoul is the capital of South Korea.
Type in GWAN.
It's in South Korea. GWAN.
GJU. Where's that at?
Well, the first thing that comes up is uprisings.
Yeah. Okay. So 1980 uprising. It must be probably based on true stories.
It's a South city in South Korea.
Okay.
The Gwangju uprising, known in Korea as May 18th, took place in South Korea in 80. In response to a coup d'etat on May 17th, installed Shu Dun-hwan as a military dictator and implemented.
Wow, so probably America backed that shit, knowing us. Who would have thought this would have been a history podcast this week, huh?
Yeah.
That's fast. I've kind of looked more into that. That sounds really cool.
Following this, the Shu opposed leaders closed all universities, banned political activities, and suppressed the press. The uprising was violently suppressed by the South Korean military. The uprising...
That's fascinating.
That's my May 18th, Gwangju democratization movement.
What?
The uprising was known as the Gwangju democratization movement. I'm just looking if we had any involvement in it.
We've probably not openly, but you know.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Backdoor shit like we usually do.
By now we would know if we were involved.
Oh, that's true.
I don't see anything. Hold on, I know how to figure this out.
Well, if we have any South Korean listeners, write into us. Let us know.
How do you spell that name again?
Fuck, I just closed it. G something something something. Hold on.
Yeah, that helps.
GWANGJU.
Apparently, he was arrested. The guy did the clue and was sentenced to death, but Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan intervened and stopped that.
Of course. That means we had to have our hand in it, right? If we're going to intervene. Why wouldn't we have our hand in it?
But we denounced the uprising as a rebellion, Marcus.
We're playing both sides, guys. We're going to come on top no matter what. You have an issue with that, we got guns placed at you. Take it up for our military.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else about it.
Well, maybe we've watched the movie. You might say some stuff in it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll add that to my list for later in my life.
Like everything else that I'm saying is directing me to like the Korean War.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like what was America's influence in the Korean War and stuff like that. So it must have not came out that we were like intimately involved in that uprising. To be fair though, we were more concerned with South American and destabilizing those countries than the Eastern Pacific ones.
Well, so when did North Korea and South Korea become separate? Wow, this is a history podcast this week. When did those two become separate?
Well, Korean Wars was the 50s.
So we definitely had a hand in that for sure when it separated, right?
When did Korea separate?
Who would have thought Teen Titans: The Judas Contract would have been informative for our listeners? Might think of all these out for episodes.
Close up of the Korean demilitarization zone that surrounds the military Democratic line. The Korean Peninsula was divided along the 30th parallel from 1945 to 1950. So since 1945.
Wow. Okay. Oh, which makes sense, I guess, right?
Yeah, the Korean War started on June 25th, 1950, and ended in 53 after the sign of the armistice agreement that the country will remain divided. That was the war. They were trying to keep it united, and then they divided it, and then the war kept it separated, essentially.
Fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the box office, I guess. With $87.3 million, with at number 82, a movie. I was reading ahead, and some of these seem like historical things, so that's gonna be fun to. Number 82, a movie called Tiger Zinda Hey, Hai. Hi, hey, ha.
Foreign film.
Yes.
It's not much to go on because it's not in my language. So
you're not gonna guess.
So I'm gonna guess the most stereotypical thing. It's a kung fu movie.
No, but it is action involved. Inspired by real events, Tiger Zinda Hai is a sequel to the blockbuster Ek the Tiger, and an espionage action drama that follows a daring rescue mission in Iraq. Oh, okay.
It sounds like Tiger should be wearing a luchador mask.
No.
There was like in the 60s and 70s, there was a bunch of movies. Like the biggest Mexican movie star was a guy in a luchador mask.
Yeah, exactly. That was like during like not the Renaissance, but like when it became popular, right? In America, at least, or no?
No, Mexican wrestling's always been part of their culture and history, as far as I know.
No, but I'm saying it became like a thing in America. Like they moved it over, and like it was marketed.
No. There were Mexican movies.
Oh, okay.
In Spanish, but that was like their biggest movie star. It was like, I forget his name. It was called like El Mascador, and he would fight like a werewolf and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool, honestly. At number 81, got two more of these. At number 81 of $87.9 million, a movie called Chasing the Dragon.
Well, we can either take that literally, and it's someone chasing a dragon, or it's a drug movie.
Oh, which one are you going to go with?
Drug movie.
You're correct. An illegal immigrant from mainland China sneaks into a corrupt British colonized Hong Kong in 1963, transforming himself into a ruthless and emerging drug lord. God damn, that sounds really good.
I mean, that's what Chasing the Dragon is. It's
a
drug term.
Hold on, let me see how long this is.
3 hours.
It probably is, honestly. It is 2 hours, 8 minutes. Not bad to my list. And last but not least, at number 80, with $96.9 million, we have a movie called The Shack.
Is it spelled SHACK?
That's correct.
Or is it with a Q and it's about Shaq?
No, I wish. No, it's the CK one.
Well, then it's a garbage horror movie.
Nah, it's not a horror movie, but it does seem garbage. A grieving man receives a mysterious personal invitation to meet with God at a place called The Shack. That sounds like a homeless man doing some really naughty things.
That sounds like a horror movie to me.
Yeah, that sounds awful. God. Oh, Sam Worthington is in this. God, it looks terrible, TJ. Jesus.
It sounds like a religious garbage
Octavia Spencer, Tim McGraw. It is. And like, man, they were trying their best to get some nominations for this movie.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah, I'm good.
Tim McGraw,
okay.
Obviously, it's Christian nationalist bullshit.
Hey.
What?
We're not doing politics here, TJ.
There's a difference between Christian and Christian nationalists. If you're a Christian, you're fine. That means you actually believe in what you say.
Wow. No, we're not doing that. That's the box office, by the way.
Anyway, yeah, that's that. Are we done with behind the scenes?
I was just going to ask you, do you have trailers? Like, did you actually watch this on DVD or no?
Yeah, I have trailers, but...
Oh, yeah.
Right before the going into the movie, so I wanted to make sure we were done with everything else.
Yeah. No behind the scenes. We did the box office. That's what we usually do, right?
Yeah, I do got trailers. Okay. I got a trailer. You want to guess what the feature trailer is?
Oh, probably Justice League.
No, it's the other one.
The
other movie coming out this year.
Oh, Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Okay.
Yep. And since Wonder Woman's coming out, we also got to promote the other Wonder Woman material we got. So we're getting a commemorative edition of the worst movie we've ever reviewed, that animated Wonder Woman movie.
You really hate that movie.
Yep, I do. It's the only one that sticks with me with hatred.
I know. I remember. Like, you were really upset. I kind of want to go back to it and rewatch it and see if we still hate it or not, as much as we did.
I would still hate it because it's full of... It ruins the character.
Well, if I recall, like, who's the guy that
Steve Trevor.
Yeah, they fucked him up badly throughout the movie. But she
Well,
was
it's
fine
the
until the
whole-
third act, not twist, but they kind of just butchered her character in the third act, right?
Well, the whole movie was sexist garbage.
It was sexist, immature garbage. God, it was bad. If
It
people
was
don't know what we're
really-
talking about, go listen to that review. It's episode... what episode was it? What number? What was it called?
133 we're on now.
That was Wonder Woman what?
Wow, that was back in 2008, 9.
Oh,
so
God.
you're talking about 80s and 70s, somewhere along
Was it
there.
Wonder Woman 2009?
Yes.
That's episode 62.
Wow.
Yeah. Go listen to that, guys. Go listen to episode 62 and hear
We're
a
more
review.
than double that from where we are now. Yeah, still think it's the worst movie we've ever reviewed. We've reviewed some garbage.
There's a lot down that level.
Yeah, there is.
Because I remember because it's just edited Suicide Squad. There's that dumb Batman, Mr. Freeze live action one, which was atrocious.
You were so excited about that one.
I know. Man, the colors lied to me.
But I also got a trailer for a DC app that no one has or uses anymore. So,
It's amazing how many apps have been created that have been put to the wayside.
and then I had a trailer for Justice League Dark, which if you haven't seen that movie, go watch that one.
If you listen to our review, which is episode 131.
31.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the greatest movie ever, The Jacksons in the WWE Robo WrestleMania.
They're still advertising that? Because I was talking about that in one of the episodes I just edited. Like, wow.
They're still advertising it. Yep.
Holy shit.
They really want to sell you that movie.
Wow.
And then I got a trailer for Injustice 2 video game, which is a good series.
Yeah, shockingly, it's a good series. Like that's a series you think, what's his face should have made Snyder. He would have butchered it, but
Yeah, I mean,
it feels like that's
right-
good teenage angsty boy shit that he would have been great at directing.
It's right down his alley.
Yeah,
But no, he had to go and ruin the actual DCU. So
like that would have been a great Elseworlds movie. Like, oh, a what if? Like, hey, what if man would have just murk people? Yeah. Anyways,
yep, I guess we're moving on to the movie itself.
yeah.
So anyway, the movie opens 5 years ago with the introduction of the old Teen Titans group. You have Dick Grayson as Robin. You have Speedy, who is Green Arrow's sidekick. You have Kid Flash. You have Beast Boy. Weird choice.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then Bumblebee, also weird choice. I guess they were just popular in their current shows, so they're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's bring them over. And this is where we get introduced to Starfire coming to Earth and how she came in, and her and Dick are a thing throughout this whole thing. And if you paid attention to the other movies, they're kind of an item throughout. So
Yeah, but I just want to say for this movie, like this first 5 minutes are pointless. Well, I recall when I first watched it as like this is gonna be pointless because I know they're not gonna call back to this at all in the movie. And if I recall correctly, they don't recall back to any of that at all. Besides just them being together.
Yeah, that's kind of all it was, is to reestablish their relationship.
But like you said in the last movie, we knew that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it was only a vague line here or there, and you have to really be paying attention. But then there's also the fact that that's her joining the Teen Titans, and now she's leading the Teen Titans too.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like
so. There's a point to it. It's just not necessary.
It's not necessary. Like the movie would not have suffered if you cut those 5 minutes out.
No, it wouldn't have suffered at all. I mean,
she lands on top of Robin.
But they also wanted to show you that Dick Grayson as Robin was also the leader of the Teen Titans, and he isn't in this.
Do you think also, like, maybe, hear me out, maybe it's their excuse of why they drew her the way they drew her? Like, listen, guys, she came to Earth in this outfit. It's what she wears, guys, not just our choice.
That's literally her outfit to this day in comics.
I hate it so much.
That's just how she's dressed.
I hate it, but I hate it on many levels that we talked about before. I hate that they aged her up. I hate that they dress her that way. It's just unnecessary. But yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, she's an adult now.
Yeah, but they ate but again, we talked about they were all Teen Titans together, making her now however old she is compared to Robin and Beast Boy. It's just weird. That's all.
To link in there.
Oh yeah,
this is her debut in a New 52.
Oh God, TJ, I've seen this. I don't like it. I hate it. I have seen this. I remember the hair swirl. It's gross. It's creepy. I wouldn't have an issue. Well, I don't think I would have an issue. I do have an issue no matter what. That's just ridiculous. I wouldn't have an issue if she wasn't already a teenager when I first seen her. Like, why? It's for boys. It's for boys. I get it.
Well, people grow up, Marcus.
What the f*** is that, TJ?
Just saying.
Do they have Robin walking? I'm looking at an image of Starfire in a bikini with her breast drawn
Oh, you don't want to see the
ridiculously
things.
big.
You don't want to see the tight, like the way they talk about Dick Grayson's ass in comics these days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is he walking out the water with a bulge or some shit like that I don't know about? Like what is this?
No, but they do show his ass a lot.
Okay.
Here's more of that same comic.
I'm good. As long as they're like equal of like how they depict.
No, just click on that one.
Terrible. It's like, why?
Her first issue, she's in a bikini and sleeps with somebody.
Man.
Like, but her one of her powers is she learns languages by kissing you.
Yeah, kissing, not doing things.
So she's already a sexualized character.
I know.
It's kind of the point of her.
Weird.
To be fair to Starfire, though, I really like Starfire. She's awesome.
No, she's a great character. I love her too. That's why I kind of have like another issue. It's like I don't want to see her.
Well, to be fair, your first experience with her is probably from the original Teen Titans show, right?
Yeah.
When she's like a kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant.
So you got that image in your head. So it's like
she's a baby. That's why when people were sexualizing Arya Stark after she got to of age, like guys, we started with her when she was like 10.
Yeah, that's
gross.
Weird.
She's our sister, guys. Stop it.
Now, if you didn't watch her grow up,
I would have an issue. Yeah, I mean, I would have an issue if we sexualized her or whatever. But like, okay, as an adult,
because like if you look at someone like Wonder Woman. No, I was looking for a real life. Jesus, what's her name? What's her name? The Drew Barrymore. Like we watched her grow up, but we were kids too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or someone like the Olsen twins or something like that.
Yes.
But then again, there's a whole people who check in with who were like watching the Harry Potter movies and checking in and see how Hermione was done.
Exactly. So. And it's even with the Olsen twins, they're sure adults who are like, are they 18 yet? No, okay. It's like that's creepy.
Well, you know what? At least there's like waiting until there's like 18.
Nah, that's not cool. Yeah, they got some self-constraint, but like I don't need it. How do I say that? I'll say it problematic. Don't verbalize it, I guess. Don't keep it hush hush. That's even bad saying that. I don't know. It's just don't be like that.
Marcus, you like what you like.
Anyways, we're reviewing a Teen Titans movie. I'll say that because like what we're talking about, it still plays into the movie because what's Tara? She's like 10 and she's sleeping with Slade apparently or some shit. Like, that's gross.
There's a whole history behind that we need to get into.
Ew.
There's a whole history behind that we need to get into. That was why I said this. This is why this episode was going to be one of those episodes.
A few episodes back, Batgirl slept with Batman. It's like, no.
Well, that's just gross. That one is like...
It's all gross. I think these are kids. Look how you twist it. No.
But you know what? If two strangers do it, like if there's like an older woman or older guy sleeping with a younger girl like that, it's weird, but it's like they're two strangers. But Batman is sleeping with Batgirl. It's like her dad sleeping with his daughter. You know what I mean?
Well, even that's the Slade one, I feel like this and Tara, like they're kind of somewhat like I don't know if they're doing a thing or not, but I feel like they have some connection.
All right, well, let's just get into it. Let's get it out of the way right now. So the whole point of the Judas contract is that the Teen Titans accept Tara as a Titan, and she's spying for Slade, who's Deathstroke.
Yes.
Okay, and stuff like that. Well, the relationship between Slade and Deathstroke in this movie is that she's in love with Slade because he's the only one that's been nice to her, rescuing her, stuff like that. They aren't actually sleeping together. They actually say it in the movie.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't know if that was in the comics too or whatever. I was just
so it's not in the movie. But it's just pretty much him using and grooming her, essentially. Yeah. Now, in the comics, it's a full-blown sexual relationship.
Which I figured. Okay.
So, but, like, the reason they tried to retcon it in recent years because Deathstroke's kind of become more of a more popular character and an anti-hero. And
it's okay if he's not popular. Okay.
So they wanted to try and retcon, the pedophilia angle of his character and stuff like that. But I will say, in defense of the story in the comics, and there is a defense, there really is. There is an in comic book defense, and then there is a reason why they did it of defense.
Yeah.
In the comic books, Tara isn't sympathetic. She is psychotic evil, pure psychotic evil, and she goes after Slade in the end of the comics because. For some reason, Slade's son's not in this. Slade's son, he is. What's his name? Jericho. He shows up at the end of this movie for some reason when he's supposed to be in this movie, which makes no sense. But, like, Slade kind of softens around his kids. Tara doesn't like that, and she freaks out in jealousy and starts to try and kill him at the end of it. But, so, like, in defense, And then, like, in this movie, Slade found her, but in the comics, she found him. And you have this psychopathic teenager with superhuman powers. You might do whatever she says. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's a line though, right? Like, I'm not gonna.
I mean, if she tells you this is what we're doing, or I'm gonna kill you,
Okay, kill me. I'm not gonna have sex with a kid.
I'm just
unless
saying,
she's torturing the shit out of me. It's like, even then, like, I don't want to do this. Please, no.
Well, then you got more morals than most people.
I would hope not. Like, guys, like, I'm not trying to have
because, like,
child. This is a child. Like, this is gross. No, he's just kill her.
I mean, she's got literal superpowers.
Yeah, to move rocks, right? What are her powers?
She can control Earth. She's one of the most powerful superhumans.
He's a very good sharpshooter, right? Assassin.
He's a very good assassin, but he's just a guy.
But he's a really good assassin. I'm going to assassinate her before my thing gets close to her.
I'm just saying, if you're approached by a psychotic evil woman with superpowers, you might do what she says.
Woman, yes. Now, child, no. There's a difference.
I mean, she's
a child.
Again, the difference between 16 and 18 is ridiculous, but whatever.
That's gross. Stop. No. Quote. Is she 16 in this?
I don't know if she's in, but in the comics, she's 16.
Okay, so either way, I thought she seemed like, they seem like younger, but
I don't know what the ages are in this. They draw them younger in this. It's weird.
Yeah.
But that's the in comic defense of it, even though, that's still what it is. You know what I mean?
And maybe I'm just being harsh right now. It makes sense. I get, well, how would they write it? Like, okay, that makes sense.
Now, from the writing standpoint, they actually did this on purpose, because they were like, the writers behind this were like, there's all these superheroes that take these kids and make them their villains, and there's like all these twink stereotypes, like Batman has Robin, and no one ever questions that. So what they wanted to do is reverse it and take, a female character with this male character and show how destructive that kind of relationship could actually be. Oh, yeah. It's a commentary on superhero sidekicks is what it is.
That's great.
So that's why this really stands out as a story. And it's why I kind of didn't like the way they went with this in this story, because they tried to change the motivations behind Slade. They try to make Tara sympathetic when, in the end, in the comic book, she was still just as psychotic as ever. She didn't even become a hero in the end of the story. No, she dies trying to kill slaves, accidentally killing herself. And the Teen Titans just bury her as a hero because it's easier to say, yeah, she's a hero, than to reveal to the world that, they fucked up. They had a supervillain on their team, and she tried to murder them and everybody else.
Do you think that's just too deep for this movie, probably, or just like that's not even deep?
I don't think. See, here's the problem, especially DC and DC. The upper management in DC freaking sucks. The corporate people in there do not know anything. They think that people are dumber than they are.
True, that's true.
And this goes for most people. They think that they have to dumb things down so people can understand because they're so smart, and they're not. That's why half their products are garbage.
That's fair.
So no, I don't think it's too deep. Like, if you go back to the Teen Titans TV show, they actually did that ending, except, I think Tara ended up redeeming herself there in a bit, but here they didn't do it enough, and it's only an hour and 20 minutes, whereas Teen Titans had like episode upon episode of the Judas contract to really flesh it out, and so you can get used to the character. Here's this: if you're not going to give us time and breathe with the characters and show us your interpretation of the story, and just give us this garbage kind of, oh, look, she's actually a hero, don't worry about all this other stuff in the history books here, and then it just doesn't work.
Yeah. If they introduced this heavy story arc in this character and just one movie, it should have been over the process of 2 or 3 movies, and then previous movies they should have had her in it and stuff like that. It would have helped out more.
Yeah, if you're going to build her up as a hero and be sympathetic, then show us that side of it.
Yes.
In this movie, they didn't really show us that. No. So it just kind of happens, and it's like, actually, it doesn't happen. She gets betrayed in the end, and she's like, ooh, but she saves them and stuff. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, and it's kind of just bad.
Yeah.
I didn't like the ending of the movie. But
I needed an eye. I thought it was really, it felt ham-fisted, like, what we're doing? Okay.
So, some of the choices in the movie don't make sense either. I get why they chose the team that they did, because that was the team they had from the last movie.
Yeah.
But then they introduced, like I said, Jericho in this movie.
Uh-huh.
And Jericho actually teams up with Nightwing in the comics and helps infiltrate the things and saves the Teen Titans and stuff.
Yeah.
He's a big part of that. And then they introduced Donna Troy at the end of this movie, and she was a part of the whole Judas contract. Why introduce her at the end of the Judas contract when she was a big part of that? It's just like, what's even point of having her now?
Because name recognition.
Because they were like, oh look, she was in the comic, and it's just like, this is stupid. Now, with that being said, up until like the ending, I was kind of okay with the changes. It was like, this is just their adaptation.
It was okay.
And like, so like the first comic of the Judas contract is just set up.
Yeah.
Essentially showing Tara and doing stuff and infiltration and getting everything else. And then the second episode is with the second comic's the bulk of it, where one by one Deathstroke and Tara take down each of the Teen Titans.
Okay.
Which they did that here.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as effective as it was in the movie. So like, and here's another thing. Like, Damian Wayne wasn't a part of the Judas contract. He wasn't even a character in 1984.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Damian Wayne didn't start until like 2006.
Oh, wow. He's very recent.
Like, so Dick Grayson was still kind of in charge of the Titans at the time, but not really. He stopped being Robin, and it was before he became Nightwing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird in between thing. It's kind of where he became Nightwing, essentially. This is the story. Raven actually in the comics sensed that Tara was evil, but because of her own demon nature, really couldn't tell if it was her or if it was her. You know what I mean? So she kind of just left it be, and then Tara actually took her out before she could, like, she just thought she was training, but then she took Raven out that way in the comics. Beast Boy went out pretty much the same, except, wait, how did Beast Boy go out in the comics? Because it wasn't a stupid podcast. The podcast didn't even exist then.
Interview, newspaper stuff, fan meetings.
He went out because he couldn't resist pushing a button, right?
Yeah, and he pushed a button. He got darted with something, tranquilizer or whatever.
Oh, my mistake. The comics this is based on is called Tales of Teen Titans, not actually Teen Titans. Hold on, I gotta find this now because now it's bothering me.
Of course.
Nope. 42, 43. Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, like in how it starts in the second comic, Deathstroke actually breaks into Dick Grayson's house.
Oh wow.
And starts attacking him. And the rest of the comic is Dick going from place to place because Deathstroke had already taken out everybody else. And Dick trying to put together how he took out everybody else.
And in the movie, he fights them and he gets his ass whipped.
Yeah, he gets his ass whipped in this too.
I enjoyed that.
And then Starfire gets taken out pretty much the same way. There's a present from Dick, and then the house explodes. But then Donna Troy is actually a part of the Teen Titans and gets knocked out by some gas.
Who? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cyborg is part of the Teen Titans, but he's not even in this movie, is he? Was Cyborg in this movie?
No.
Cyborg wasn't in it. No, so Blue Beetle played the part of Cyborg.
That's what it was, Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle played the part of Cyborg. Raven pretty much got taken out the same way. Okay. Beast Boy got taken out in a similarly stupid way in the comics.
Wow.
Apparently he got a bunch of fan letters, and so he signs a bunch of letters or pictures of himself and licks the envelopes. And apparently the envelopes were poisoned.
That's Seinfeld. That happens in Seinfeld. George Costanza is cheap and picks old, outdated. Yeah, it happens in Seinfeld. Of course, he's getting married to one of his girlfriend, and she has to pick out envelopes. He picks the cheap ones that are outdated, and they've been recalled because they're tampered with. And so the envelopes he picks have poisoned, sticky crap on it. And his girlfriend does all the looking and does it all. Yeah.
To be fair to this comic, they drugged the things, and this came out 10 years before Seinfeld.
Did it come out 10 years before Seinfeld?
Well, didn't Seinfeld come out in like 93?
Oh, shit. It aired on ABC July 5th, 1989.
Well, then it was 5 years. Okay. Regardless.
Whatever.
Teen Titans to the first.
Okay. So Seinfeld stole from them, which is possible because the guy would like Superman a lot, so it makes sense.
Yeah. So, anyway, essentially, the story of this movie is they have a new Teen Titan named Tara, what's her actual name? Forget her superhero name. Oh no, her name's Tara. Tara Markov, and her name's Tara.
Get it?
You get it? Yeah.
Tara.
So Tara's a new Teen Titan. She's spying for Slade Deathstroke. Deathstroke has taken a contract to capture the Teen Titans for...
You there?
I'm trying to remember his name.
The guy, the bald dude, the Colt guy?
Yeah. Brother, is it Blood?
Brother
Blood.
Sebastian Blood. Yeah, Brother Blood.
Brother Blood, who controls a cult?
Yes.
And essentially he's doing it for money, which is... I don't know why Brother Blood is in this. They didn't need him.
Oh, you know.
Because the original story is Deathstroke's other son was an assassin like him. He died trying to complete a contract killing the Teen Titans and failed. So Slade's obligated to take over the contracts, and the organization is called Hive.
Yes.
Yeah. So they just added brother blood for whatever reason to this. I don't know why.
To have a no-name guy you can kill off, I guess. Oh.
Hive is it's just a no-name military thing. You didn't need they have something called the Hive Queen, but that could be anybody, you don't need, you didn't need this one villainous character to be in control of everything. It's stupid.
Maybe it's like because I did it so many times with the previous movies.
It's they're following the same format.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like he's an unnecessarily addition. You didn't need a villain in this. You could just have the stupid organization because Deathstroke and Terra are enough of a villain.
They are. You
don't need a whole extra thing in this. Some guy to be even more evil
to distract from the story of those two.
Yes, and like what did he want? Superpowers or some garbage?
Stupid.
What is
something to do with humanity? Some bullshit that it truly didn't matter. He was so pointless in this movie.
Yeah, but to be fair to the movie, in the comics, they captured him and put the Teen Titans in that silly contraption thing, and I don't know what they were going to do with them in the comics.
Really?
I have no idea what their plot was. I don't know if they were just going to kill them, and if they were just going to kill them, why they put them on that thing. I have no idea what the plot in the comic was. Why the bad guys wanted the Teen Titans? I know why Deathstroke wanted to do it. I have no idea why Hive wanted them though.
That's funny.
So it's hard because the Judas contract is like the most well-known Teen Titan story.
Yes.
It's like the most renowned Teen Titan story for good reasons. But if you read the story itself, it's not that great when it gets past the actual betrayal part, when they take down the Teen Titans.
Yeah, because it kind of falls apart on itself, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of falls apart of it, because then you have Slade's son and his ex-wife come into it and like tell Dick where they took the Teen Titans, and then Jericho is a mute and can possess other people and stuff, and it gets really weird and convoluted.
Of course. And
then you have Terra, who's just plain psychotic evil in it, and it's like unforgivable.
Which is fine. I don't mind that personally.
Yeah, no, but she's just very one note.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, if someone like that came up to you, it was like, you're doing this, and she's got superpowers, and you're like, well, maybe I'm gonna do this, you know what I mean?
If I'm not the world's best assassin, like, I'll do it all right. Bull to the head. Like, come on, lady.
But like, I lost my train of thought.
The train of thought was the Teen Titans are captured. Terra's doing a betrayal. Well, Terra gets betrayed by Slade because reasons. Which
we're done. We're done. That's the story. I already told you the story. All you need to know is that they do it, and then superhero stuff, things happen at the end, and the Teen Titans survive.
Yep.
And then
she dies trying to kill Slade, but saves the Teen Titans because they showed her kindness, actually, instead of how Slade faked the kindness. They were actually good people to her because they loved her.
Right.
Each one kind of had the story arc throughout. Like, Blue Beetle was trying to become a character, like, hey, I'm doing things here, being a person, and
he's put in this movie though because he was in the last movie.
Yeah, and I enjoyed his character.
That's the only reason why he's here to help.
Yeah. Oh, of course. But I liked him.
They had no idea what to do with him.
No, they did not. They put him into a soup kitchen, like, here, do things here, I guess, and come back.
Which was also unnecessary.
Very much.
Why are we diverting from this?
Yes. The movie just ends, I guess. Tara dies as a bad person, but they lie.
Right, and then they have a funeral. Yeah. Have a funeral for her, and then in this version of it, they're like, she died a hero, and whereas the comic version, like I said, she's like they lie and say she's a hero, but she really wasn't.
Which I like that a lot.
I like that better.
Yeah, same.
That's a better
kind of like the Dark Knight. Like, hey, Harvey went down shittily, but he was still for something better.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's the movie, right? There was no end credits to this, I don't believe, right?
There was, but yeah. So in the first one, in the epilogue, essentially, Beast Boy's doing a podcast with Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
essentially, that's where the whole thing happens. We have to mention that. But in the post-credit scene, after everything went down, that guy that that Rudd shot, who got superpowers from very early, that didn't seem like it mattered.
Yeah.
They show that he survived the scene, and that is...
Oh, wow.
And that's Jericho.
So wait, was that his son?
I don't know in continuity, but in comics, that's his son. And when I saw him, I was like, that's Jericho from the comics. And then they kill him off. I guess maybe that wasn't Jericho, because they just shot him in the head, and at the end they show him not that he survived. Like, oh, I guess that is Jericho.
Then why not make more emphasis like, son, you're going to die for me or whatever? That's stupid. Whatever. It's
Well, Jericho is Deathstroke's son.
Yes, Deathstroke. But, like, still, they could have, like, made a scene about that.
He should have played more of a role like he did in the comic. Yeah, it makes no sense. I don't know what they're doing because I don't know if these people come back in another movie or anything.
I hope not. That was dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. The movie is a mixed bag for sure.
Yes.
I ran it for like 20 minutes. You want to say something?
I have nothing to say. Yeah, the characters are okay in this. It's a movie. It's a watch.
I had more stronger opinions 2 weeks ago, to be honest with you.
Same. When I first watched it, I had a lot to say more about this, but
as it faded over time, like I think I remember liking the romance angles in this.
Ooh, which ones?
I think I thought the Dick and Starfire stuff was cute.
Wow. Okay, I remember not caring about it either way.
And then wasn't there one with Robin and Raven?
Beast Boy had Tara, Dick, and the.
But that was all a lie on Tara's part.
Well, yeah, but there's still something there, kind of. Like, you know, there was romance.
Well,
there. Blue Beetle had his.
I was like, that's why I look at it from a comics perspective. In the comic, she's just pure using.
Yes.
And this one, there's something there. That's why she saves them. That's why I didn't like it.
Blue Beetle.
I just thought the romance was doing a little better in this movie than the other movies that we got, where we had the garbage Superman and Wonder Woman stuff.
Yes. Because we're focused on these guys instead of everyone else.
And it's right in the name, right? Teen Titans.
Yes. The action's okay. If they said the first scene could have been cut, I would have been happy with that. It's a movie. Even when I first saw this, I was like, it's a movie. I don't hate it, nor do I love it. It's like, it's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's forgettable.
And it's based on a fine comic too. The comic's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, it's got a really good center to it.
Yes.
Like, the whole middle of this story is really good. Everything around it is like, it's fine.
Completely correct. Yeah, because going to that point, the build up, didn't care about the build up, and the aftermath, like, oh, that's how they resolved that. Okay, I guess it should have been like a heavier, more like, oh wow, resolve, and then like, oh, it just felt. I don't know. It felt discarded. Like, okay, they had a good center, like you said, and it's just like, no, deal with it. Just put it to the side, like everything else. Like, oh.
Like maybe they shouldn't. If it wasn't like Deathstroke hired by some random military organization, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how it happened in the actual Teen Titans show. Wasn't it just Slade?
I think so. I think it was just Slade and Tara, if I recall. It's been years since I saw it, so I don't remember details.
I remember that one being more impacted.
Yeah, because I think it was just him hating on the Teen Titans so much throughout the series.
Yeah, I really should have watched that in preparation for this.
No, we didn't think about it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but I really should have, because that's probably might be the best adaptation of this.
Probably,
to be honest with you.
Yeah. Let's rate this thing, because we've been going on for a long time. I'm going to go first?
Sure.
I give it a 5 out of 10. It's okay. You're not going to be upset watching it, but you're not going to be like going out remembering this movie a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely not Wonder Woman bad.
No.
But it's not Justice League Dark good either.
Ooh, no.
So it's 5. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just adequate. You're going to forget. I forgot this movie the second I was done finishing it, let alone 2 weeks later. It's like it's a fine one-time watch if you're a fan of the superhero genre. Yes.
You know what I mean? If you like the Teen Titans and they're adapting the Judas contract, I'll give it a try. You know?
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, you're not gonna be offended by anything, honestly, because like you said, the changes they make from what you're saying, they don't seem egregiously like no.
I mean, you might get offended by the relationship between Slade and Tara, but
yeah, it's gross.
Because even in this, it's still explicit enough.
Because she comes out in a dress, is like, ew. Yeah, she's kissing on him, like, ew, don't do this.
And even though he's like not reciprocating in this version, it's still weird.
Very much. It just alludes to them, like, beforehand they might have done stuff.
Well, and that's another thing. That's a whole other thing, because he saved her and kind of manipulated her and kind of groomed her in this movie.
Exactly.
Whereas in the comics, where she's just pure evil and she approached him, he didn't do any of that.
Exactly.
So like, it's even weirder here because all of it's his fault. Yep. Whereas in the other one, sure, he imparted more in that relationship, but it was mostly her.
That's
so in an attempt to sanitize everything, I think they actually made it worse.
Yeah. But other than that, it's an okay movie. It's just a movie.
It's fine.
That's what I think I did, huh?
I mean, we ran it for an hour and 25 minutes.
A lot of it was history lessons, though.
Yeah, well, just like history. Now that we did it, it's done.